Frack on. Welcome to the episode of Frack the Canon. I am joined by the coolest motherfuckers around. I am joined by CG McCree. How you doing, my brother?
I am feeling over 9,000.
9,000? There's no way that can be right! It can't!
Tyler, how you doing?
I'm doing good, and I'm making my way over to my little Vegeta here. Over 9,000!
Alrighty. So we're gonna talk about some balls here. Some
The
Dragon
balls
Balls.
on that guy.
9,000. Over 9,000. Well, Dragon Ball Daima. So I started. I was waiting for the dub. I knew it was coming out, so I knew there was some stuff. Some of the stuff was being leaked, spoiled on Facebook and Twitter, TikTok. So I was like, all right, I kind of knew what was happening. I was waiting for the dubs. I am a dub man myself. That's how I grew up with. Unlike other people who in my family who don't know better. um, so I was like, okay, so I waited for the dub, and I got lost pretty fast with Dragon Ball Daima. I thought we talked about this offline, CJ, you and I. I thought it was post Dragon Ball Super. But you said no, it's pre Dragon Ball Super. It post. So you're the one that
Pros
rectified me.
Z.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's their Z
yeah, it's posted.
Yeah.
or GT. So is
Nope.
GT not canon then? Like, because
Never was.
It's kind of like instead of like I guess like we're gonna get into this. Like,
yeah, just go into it.
yeah. How much of it have you saw though?
I got up to the point where Piccolo they show up to the planet and Piccolo fights one of the Guardians for the second Dragon Ball.
Mm.
I was like
Because it's like
halfway.
on
Yeah.
some level, it's like you know what I mean. Like there's it doesn't really matter. You know
Like
what
I
I
mean,
mean? But
spoilers. I saw on the internet where they go Super Saiyan 4.
Yeah,
Like,
if you're a Dragon Ball fan and you haven't seen that yet, turn in your Dragon Ball fandom card.
frack you, I will not.
No, you saw it though, so you don't have to. But if
But I
you're
didn't finish. But I mean, the dub.
but you're
I didn't
starting
do
to say
the.
spoilers. I'm like, it's been enough time. It's okay.
yeah. This
Okay, I
is
got you. I
it.
got you. I
Definitely
understand
didn't just end. Like, no.
now. Okay, but you guys were saying. So I will ask questions because like you guys are more better versed than I am in Dragon Ball. Um,
One thing I want to say, and I know like Tyler's the biggest DB fan out of us, so like I'm gonna unleash him in a sec. But like one thing I do want to say is like surface level I liked it. Surface level I liked it. Like it's like it's everything that I liked about the original Dragon Ball, but like updated, like with modern like animation techniques and like it really allows like what I actually it's kind of like when like they remake an old game and they are like this plays how you remember it playing. You know what I mean? But it really plays way better than like the game was. Like, but like it's just like it's enough to like remind you of like what it used to be like. You know what I mean? Like I love like how fluid the action was in Daima. Like I love how it looked, and like I thought it was just like a fun little kind of aside. I feel like it's what interests me is like just like what it is, right? Like on that level. I feel the same way of like the only other thing that does this is like Star Wars, right? Where it's like, hey, here's this trilogy, and then like here's a prequel, right? And then like there's a sequel after that. Oh, now here's this new thing, and it takes place between like this thing and like this thing, and like what is that? What do you call that? Star Wars, you never told us what that's called, right? Like freaking, is it a midquill? Like what is this? Like so. Like on some level I feel the same way as like Solo, you know what I mean? A Star Wars movie where it's
Oh, you picked the
like
wrong one.
why does this exist? You know what I mean? Like why does this exist? Like there's like I don't understand why it exists at the end of it, but it's still this just a fun ride. You know what I mean? Like it's a fun time. Um but yeah, that's how I feel about it. All right, Tyler.
This is the Rogue One of the Dragon Ball universe. No, everything you said, yeah, I agree actually, and I'm right there with you. Like, it doesn't need to exist, but I enjoyed the ride. I also agree it's like Dragon Ball more than it is like Dragon Ball Z, and more than it is like Dragon Ball Super. And I love that because I love Dragon Ball. I love the original Dragon Ball, and it is widely, uh, accepted thing that the original Dragon Ball, it it has among like the best Toriyama isms out there, and is has great writings. A shout out to some scenes like Goku randomly, I think it's like episode 7. He's like, "Hold on, I can't go anywhere," and then Glorio is like, "Why?" And he's like, "I have to poop." And it's just like, okay, you have to wait for Goku to poop. And it's just like, nobody does that in a show where it's like the main character has to go poop while nobody of characters are talking, waiting for him to finish pooping. So I love that. Um, and I also love that the lore building of it repairs mistakes that were made between Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, because in Dragon Ball, Namekians are demons, and then in Dragon Ball Z, they're for aliens from Namek, and then it's like, oh, actually, no, they are demons, but the demons were kicked out of the realm or whatever, or escaped the realm to go populate Namek. So it's like, yes, that is how to lore build. It's like, okay, we found a mistake from the past and we made it make sense. Um, but I will say, there were some like I was really hoping that because when I found out Super Saiyan 4 was the thing before I even saw the episode, I was obviously like awesome, but that doesn't make sense because this is before Super, and Goku said his strongest form was Super Saiyan 3 when Beerus wrecked him the first time they fought. So did we all just forget about Super Saiyan 4? And I was hoping there would be some sort of mind wipe between it. Um, but there comes a point when it gets too good to like pass up, because apparently Sean Schimmel passed out again in the booth, recording. This time he went Super Saiyan 4 in English. So if you haven't seen it yet, the English dub is really awesome on the last few episodes of Dragon Ball Daima. Last thing I'll say is, just like every Dragon Ball, anything that's been created, there are great episodes and then there are not so great episodes. There are a few not so great episodes in Daima, which is disappointing because it's a show with 20 episodes. So wish there wasn't those not so great episodes, but they're out there. So that's my introductory statement. Sorry it took so long.
No, you're all good. One thing I will say is like, I was very because yeah, I was spoiled with Super Saiyan 4 like before seeing it in show as well. And the one thing because I have watched GT, um, and one thing I was interested in is seeing like, okay, like so like I know that this like GT doesn't exist, so like how are they gonna do 4? Like what is that gonna be? Because we've seen Super already. You know what I mean? Like so like what is 4 gonna be now? Because I've seen it in GT, and my main question was like, okay, is it gonna be better than GT? Like because I love the 4, I love the look of 4, regardless. Like it's my favorite looking form. Too bad it just lore wise, story wise, it's the stupidest thing ever. So I was like just curious how they were gonna do it here. Like I was like, okay, it's not, and I didn't feel like it was stupid here. It's odd that they're using 4, obviously just for fan service, of course, but like it's odd that they're using 4. I'm glad they got it in universe now. Is Daima canon?
Yeah.
Okay, because
So
I couldn't tell that either. Like, but
yeah,
from like what I was watching, I'm like, is this actually like canon? Like, or is this
yeah.
like another
Toriyama
GT?
wrote Daima, unlike GT, which is it's much easier to dismiss GT as not canon because Toriyama handed it over to Toei, but Toriyama completely was like, Daima is in it. This is the thing. But because this whole Super Saiyan 4 thing and Toriyama passing, there's probably a million Dragon Ball fans out there producing YouTube videos with tons of headcanon to explain why it's canon, but possibly not in the main timeline. And they're trying to say that this is like an alternate thing, and it's just like everything in the Dragon Ball fandom, causing lots of infighting, and it's been frustrating to try and dig through.
In the show when I watched it, I took it as like I didn't feel like this was a thing. Like after uh, I'm a little bit removed from it, but like the guy, the Namek guy, he
Oh, the old guy?
the old guy, he unlocks something in Goku and he allows him to do this form. Like I felt like that was like some sort of ancient Saiyan form. Like like that's what I read that like as, right? He did something in his DNA. He unlocked something in his DNA and he was able to like transform. Like I felt like he unlocked some sort of like hidden like past or ancient potential like in say like almost like a regressive trait or something from Saiyans ancestry. But I feel like he did that, like, which allowed him to transform. But I didn't feel like it was this thing that he could keep doing after that. You know what I mean? I felt like he could do it because he did that. You know what I mean? And maybe like the second time it was residual, like energy left over, like from that. But
Yeah.
I didn't feel like this was a thing that he could just like do,
Yeah.
like whenever he felt like it. You
Did
know what
you
I mean?
watch both sub and dub?
For the no, I watched dub.
Okay.
Uh,
In the sub, the translation was literally like unlocked potential or whatever. So
okay,
in
okay.
it, or no, hidden something. So I have to go back and look, but what you're saying is probably true, where it is his magical interference that led to Super Saiyan 4. But since Goku achieved it again right after that, it would have to be residual, and then just he can't access it long after that. So that amount of headcanon makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I had on that.
Um.
What did you
Yeah.
think of the side characters?
I I like them. I think the 90-year-old little girl was a lot like Bulma in the sense that she was very useful but very complainy. Um, and then I liked all the characters from all the different realms from the demon realm. That was cool. I loved, and this is I'll just say I love the look of the Supreme Kai's sister. I think she's going to be cosplayed a bunch, and she and her voice was cool in both dubs. That was cool. Um, the Goma, the king, the new king after Deborah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, great villain, with a great setup to him getting the eye and everything. I love the joke about how it was just in the store. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. However, I will say the last 5 episodes of the fight between him and everyone really got tiring. I'm like, I'm just gonna get stronger, and I'm just gonna get
Yeah.
stronger. I'm just gonna get stronger, and it's like, okay, we get it. You're like just getting stronger and stronger, no matter how much we beat you up. But can we have some sort of set of rules that makes sense here? And the Majins were annoying. The chocolate the heavier set one and the
Yeah, I forgot it
hyper
was like
ones. I was just
Fu
like,
and
yeah,
Lu or
do and
something.
Lou or whatever. I'm just like, go away. Like I don't like you. Like I don't like. But the twist at the end with the smart one, the secret smart one, was a nice touch, and how
Now,
like that whole thing.
I will say just as the opposing voice on that, I the Majins grew on me.
No way.
The
You're a
Majins grew on
patient
me a little.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it got a little better, but I'm like, man, you go from Majin Buu, like Kid Buu, which is his original form of being like showing up and like, oh, we're here to fight. No, I'm just gonna blow up the planet. You know, that
Yeah.
sort of like not. giving an F attitude is what made him so interesting. And then these two are just like, I want chocolate. And it's like, stop. Like that's what didn't work about Majin Buu when he was first introduced. You brought that back to be
No,
annoying
for
again.
sure, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
But I never felt. See, here's the like. There's like a level of like you play with expectations or whatever, and it's like I never really felt like they were supposed. Once I got that they weren't supposed to be like this thing, you know what I mean? Like this evil presence in the show. Then it's just like okay, like I can take you for what you are, kind of a thing. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't know that whole kind of plot was a bit convoluted anyway, with like her trying to do this thing on the side and like which really didn't amount to anything like except for creating more people to fight Goma at the end, you know what I mean? Like but
You know what? The set that's what I was talking about with the setup. And I'm like, if she pulled it off and let Goma like distract everyone while she did something to become the actual king and like took over and then she became the actual villain, that would have been a great like setup and payoff. But they didn't do it, and I hate it because I was really hoping for it because it's pretty clear in the first few episodes like her motivation, and I'm like, cool, that's way more interesting than your normal sort of OG Dragon Ball plot. And
right,
it
right.
just um yeah, and that that's the sort of thing where it's like, did budget get in the way? Because if Toriyama was like, I'm gonna write a manga and have it be a thing, and like him being able to do his own story without a like Toei being like, hurry up and get this done, would that have been the thing? Is what I was wondering when that didn't come to fruition.
We'll sadly never know, of course.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we have someone here who hasn't finished it, who might have questions. Renee, do you have questions?
I wasn't listening.
It's just like the show.
No, I wasn't. I'm gonna go back and watch anyways because I was telling TJ, I'm like, I got confused about a couple of things of when they got one of the Dragon Balls, when something happened. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and watch it anyway. So
But
yeah,
it's a lot like OG Dragon Ball, as opposed to like, or I'd say it's OG Dragon Ball with like Dragon Ball Super level fight scenes, like you know what I mean, like or at least fluidity of animation and all that.
Yeah.
Um,
Episode 5. Once I hit episode 5 where Goku fights the first um Dragon Ball
oh,
like
Guardian thing.
Guardian, I was
Mm.
like, oh, oh, yeah, oh. It's just like because I watched it in Japanese first, and that's actually something wrong with the English dub that makes it hard to tune in. Is the English dubs the levels are off?
Mm.
I don't know if it's like Crunchyroll or what, but the Japanese dub of episode 5 is. I'm trying to pick a word I can use that's going to keep us on TV. Um, it's excellent. That I've thought of 5 words that I can't use, so that I'll just the one I'll stick with.
All right.
What's your favorite episode or your favorite parts?
Let's see here. I like I'm always like an unsung Vegeta fan. So like when he was like pulling up, I was all about it. And they like takes on I really like when they like I love these hype moments when like they like set up like this fight that's about to happen or something like they pull up and then all of a sudden like a bunch of dudes will like surround them or whatever and it's just like oh shit, I know how Vegeta like is like this is gonna end in battle, like you know what I mean, this is my kind of episode or like anything like that, you know what I mean, I love that crap. So
Yeah, I love when they go to the club and they're like put his hand on Vegeta's head.
oh yeah.
It's just Yeah,
Yeah, I love it. But no, yeah, I like that they weren't afraid to like just really like get in there and like show us like fights in a way that Dragon Ball doesn't usually show us fights. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of fighting in Dragon Ball, but like the way they like the fight choreography in Daima is like it's pretty good. Like
it's pretty great.
yeah.
Oh, here's a shout out. Dragon Ball Daima won, I think, the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Award for Best Anime of
Interesting.
2025. So move over, Solo Leveling. Dragon Ball Daima took the
I
win.
mean, Solo Leveling isn't necessarily a kids anime, I guess.
No, yeah. I don't even know what the other nominees were.
But right on. But yeah, I guess that's all I got on that though. Um but what you got anything else to
Yeah, rating. I rate it 4.5 out of 5 fracks. Uh, because I take it down a half point because of the bad episodes, and the lack of payoff at the end. And I probably boost it a whole one full frack because just I'm super biased.
if I had to give it a rating, I would give this one probably a 3.5. Because I enjoyed it most of the way through it. Like I was having a good time. It's I didn't find it like, world shattering or anything, but like, of course, it's Dragon Ball Daima. I was never hopping into this to, change my worldview on anything. I was hopping into it to see somebody transform and punch somebody in the face. And I got that. So, it's all good. Last like kudos I'll give this. The freaking opening song is a bop.
Yep.
It's a freaking bop.
And the closing song, both the intro and outro, excellent.
Yeah, but yeah, that's all I got.
Yep. Yeah. That's thank you, thank you, Kara Toriyama. Rest in peace.
All right, we're all balled out. It's the same freaking time, same freaking channel. Rack off.